Good afternoon, everyone. More infrastructure damaged. Insurance companies are stopping insurance premiums. We got Africa bringing on heavy grain production. We're going to swing back into the past. Axum Kingdom. How does that relate to our modern world and the electrical highways sweeping Africa? Oh my. How's 2025 going to do? Let's look at the Economist cover too. Starting you off, dancing plasma in the skies, red sprites. And as we move over Poland and Hungary, they turn into red jellyfish sprites. You notice how the electrical inflow changes the signature of the plasma. Yeah, that works for the solar system too. And now we're starting to see bridges decouple from the banks. Yet another one. Brazil here for you. It's the second one in just a week. Coming apart right at the banks like this. 2 in a week. Okay, one, maybe a decade, but 2 in a week, something is shifting down there for sure. We see unidentified breaking up objects through the atmosphere, multiple states, creating a stunning display of fragments. And you say, oh, there's a lot going on here. I'm wondering why now major insurance companies are going to drop all condo policies in California. This is huge. Why do you think condos are going to be uninsurable? Should be the question, because now this is starting to be pervasive. It's in Florida, now it's in California. What does somebody know that they're not telling the rest of us is the question. And then you ask yourself, why is all this falling in the lap of 2025? Roll ahead, let's take a look at the cover of The Economist magazine. So many images there, it's very difficult to decode them all, so I have put the yellow lines through from different quadrants. We see the same symbol through history as well. I was just connecting like 1 o'clock down to 7 o'clock or 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock. And then for me, looking along each line is a story within a story. The center point, the Trumpster. But each of those, are they moves, are they marks, are they points to markets up and down, Saturnalia at the top, moving over to Xi. We got the hourglass, we got radiation, we got the yen going down, the yen heading down, things are crumbling, things are boxing in, things are growing, walls are going up, AI is coming to it, we got electronics smashing through everything. What does it all mean? I'm going to leave it here for you to decode because I don't have that answer. But what I do see is an enormous amount of fingers and events pointing to 2025 as being something very special and actually a turning point. So within that, what I see are walls at all 4 what you consider cardinal directions. Notice where they stay in the pattern there. It's almost like an electronic wall is coming in and also a physical wall, like another brick in the wall. So is this the culmination of 2 types of walls overseeing us? Now where is our psyche and our beliefs going to break through this? Light overcoming darkness. And another signaling, all eyes seem to be on Africa for gigantic growth through the next decade at least. Starting out here with the BRICS Grain Exchange 2025, right now. The BRICS nations are starting an alternative to other grain exchanges across the world. And then if you go over to Chicago for our main one here, they're going to have alternative pricing like it is in China on the metals exchange there, Shanghai Gold Exchange, offering different pricing that we see in London or in Chicago. Now that Trump will return to the White House, it's time to consider your retirement and portfolio. The Wall Street Journal said gold will outperform stocks in 2025. Since 2022, gold has surged 40% after the U.S. seized Russia's assets. That was a wake-up call for central banks around the globe to diversify their reserves away from the dollar and into gold. At the same time, Goldman Sachs said Trump's presidency will light a fire under gold, pushing it to $3,150 an ounce. Call the proud Americans of the Patriot Gold Group today before it's too late. And the Patriot Gold Group has the No Fee for Life IRA, where your IRA or 401k can be in physical gold or silver. No Fee for Life IRA on qualifying rollovers. Give them a call, 888-546-7020 for your free investor guide today. And now on with the video. So what's going to happen with that? The Ministry of Economic Development says, we're starting now, and we're going to demand payment in anything outside the U.S. dollar for the grains. And Nigeria suddenly passing a bill, if you export corn, you will go to jail if it exceeds 1 metric ton, bottom paragraph. You'll have to pay the fine of the value of the corn, or you will get a 1-year prison sentence. Yeah, things are getting a bit squirrely with the food, aren't they? And I showed this slide a couple weeks ago, but it adds into the storyline here. Egyptian military taking over wheat buying from the supply group inside Egypt. So the Egyptian military is now in control of grain imports and strategic commodities. Who would have ever thought? We are definitely reaching a crescendo point. If militaries are taking over grain stored facilities, we're at that point. General Authority for Supply of Commodities, the GASC. Okay, well, 70 million people need that bread, grain / food in the belly. The military is going to control it, so you don't get out of order when you go to get it. Senegal, boosting agriculture. They're going to get a $58 million loan from the African Development Bank funded by Russia. They're going to put out 9,000 new hectares, which is about 21,600 acres all across Africa. It's expanding. Burkina Faso, 18% increase in agriculture for the 2024-2025 season. And also, bottom paragraph, they're going to become now a exporter of grains. They're going to have a surplus of 11%. You see, everywhere this rain is increasing across Africa, they're growing more crops. Ethiopia, I wanted to bring this to you because don't believe everything you read. So I came across this article off Sputnik here, and Ethiopia producing record volume of wheat 2023-24, said the Prime Minister. Now, I'm not sure the Prime Minister or the news agency got it this wrong. Figure reached 23 million tons in this period. And I'm thinking, okay, that's cool. I love to see increases. Really gives me hope if we can increase grain production across the globe. And then they give a figure of 2019 and 20. They produced 5.4 million tons of wheat. So keep these two in mind, 23 million tons and 5.4. So then I jumped over into the FAS. This is Addis Ababa. And we're looking at Ethiopia, 21, 22. We see the figures. Wheat, 5,500, which is very, very close to 5,400, 5,500. Okay, that's a win. That's perfect. But then I look at the Ethiopian production sort of market year here. Wheat at the top. I see 5,600, 5,800, 6,000 tons. Okay, I don't see anywhere remotely close to 23,000. And remember, those are in thousands of tons. So 6,000 tons would be 6 million. So 1,000 times 1,000 is a million. I don't see anywhere where it's talking about 23,000 tons multiplied by 1,000 equals 23 million. Just not seeing it. Digest carefully your information. Here's the Ethiopian wheat production map for you. And as you look down through the dark green there, where they're increasing production, let's jump back and see what rain-fed, irrigated. Okay, that rain's increasing all across there. So obviously their production of grains will increase. And if we want to go further back into the African megalake era, 6,000 years prior, they show that the lakes in this area were quite a bit larger than they are today. So Lake Tana, Lake Dundee were far, far, far larger than present. They're just a postage stamp size compared to before, which makes total sense why the kingdom of Axum at that time took over the gold coinage standards and weights from the Roman Empire after they collapsed. There was this kind of overlapping period, but since they controlled so many of the trade routes, look at that red lines. Those are all frankincense, gold, spices, everything in between. And this area was far wetter. They were growing a huge amount of frankincense at this time. So you see where the Axum Kingdom is, right in that same. This is a very old, vastly historical region of our world. Nubia, Kush. Yeah, you hear these through the historical records. Here's your gold coinage. And when you look at it, you go, what, is that wheat? Again, it was so important, the food, they put it on their coinage. King Ezana II, Nagaste Ezana of Ethiopia, first of the Christian emperors. Okay, that's saying something as well. And then we see the iconography. Well, is that a Rosicrucian cross? Not sure, but that belief was brought forth. And also these megaliths that are around there. We're talking antiquity. Very old technology, far advanced technology. Look at the size of these obelisks. And the right angle cuttings as well. You just don't do this with stone tools. There's no way. You're not doing this with copper chisels. You're looking at a high-rise right here of full granite, carved at right angles that are near impossible to create with the tools they said they had at the time. Now, these doorways are mystical doorways. You're supposed to sit and put your forehead against this entrance and then use some sort of syllabic chants of Om or Va or Sa or whatever it is in combination to get this harmonic frequency that blends in with the rock, and you're supposed to go through the portal. You have incredible experiences on the other side, but the size of these, and again, if you go to South America, you're going to see some of this impossible to consider stoneworking for the time and the tools that they have. Let's stay with the animals. Gold coinage again from the Axum Kingdom. Put some cuteness to the end of it. Oh, these ostriches, followed by the rhinoceros. Change into the beat of a wetter desert. Yeah. So you can see at least one facet of this crazy diamond that we're going into here in 2025. Africa's the play. Agriculture, resources, constant electricity, new economic zone. As one area shrinks on the planet, this other one is emerging. It's already been planned. It's not like this is organically happening, no pun intended with the agriculture. But we know the shift is here. They've been broadcasting it for decades, plural. And now all these things are coming to fruition all at the exact same time on the exact same timelines. That's the crazy thing. So if you didn't get the messaging, please do a little bit research. Like, they've put out all the document. You know exactly where this is going. It's already been broadcast. You can just like pick up the pieces and connect the dots together. Well, now we're starting to see a major connection. Like a giant puzzle piece is finally coming together that can be put on the wider tapestry just from this set of events. So I wish you the best. Hope you got something out of the video. Please share with your friends and family. And remember, if you're getting ready yourself, the 4-week emergency food kit, My Patriot Supply and Adapt 2030, that link's in the description box below, along with the links to a lot of the historical parts of this video. And remember, every purchase you make helps keep this information coming to you as we glide into the new year. See you next time. Bye for now.